Hi, my Sagittarius. Happy birthday, and welcome to your reading for this month of December. And this is a general. This is for singles and couple. And I'm going to start with the Celtic cross, and then I will definitely give you, my Saggies, your energy are going insane right now. And look, the card. Someone is ready to take action. Someone is ready to take action this month of December. Something is going on. So, let's start with your love life. Remember, this is general. And it might resonate with you completely, maybe just partially. Singles or couples for my Sagittarius for this month of December 2017. This is your present. Wow. This is what is against you. Or the challenge, I would say. What is the entire base of everything? What is the past? Wow. What is the near future? The most possible outcome? Okay. Wow. I'll go into details here. And then how you said you see yourself. Influences. Hopes and fears. And your outcome. All right. So here we go, my Sagittarius. And I will see this total energy. So, first of all, I want to say that right now in your love life, in the present life, there is something that going on so far. But I'm going to start from where everything is going to spread out. Everything is linked. So I would say your foundation for what is going on right now is the Chariot in reverse. The Chariot in reverse is saying that, you know, someone, or you in this case, or someone in a relationship, or if you alone, it doesn't matter, this is single or couples, there is a lack of there's a lack of certainty of things. Someone is just not really focusing in the relationship. It could be many things going on at this point, but the thing is with the Chariot, it means like things are not moving forward. You know, it's like nothing, it's going forward. Everything is being kind of like delayed, going very slow. There's no certainty of things. Maybe someone is not sure about the relationship. Someone can't. But whatever it is, that's what's going on right now. I mean, in the foundation, that's what everything is going on at this point, right? So what happens in the recent past is the Four of Wands in reverse. The Four of Wands in reverse is basically saying, you know what, someone is not seeing the happiness. I would say someone is just, you know, when the Four of Wands is completely like this is happy, family, this is being happy. But here, I would say there's no happiness. There's no stability, basically, in the family or something like that. So I think you're not feeling stable, right? And when I see this, maybe it's not you, maybe it's you, or maybe it's the other person, or whoever you're dealing with, or even from the past you were dealing with, because could it be like you just broke up with someone or whatever it is, but it has to be with family, maybe even with your marriage or something, you know, that is going on. Like there's no happiness, there is lack of certainty of things. Someone is not focusing in the relationship, lack of certainty. So what you're going to be passing through in December, my dear Sagittarius, is the Hierophant. The Hierophant card, it's very much talking about doing things for the right reason, basically, and using always a very conservative approach of things. So I think someone is trying to be very wise. And, you know, at this point, everybody, not everybody, but someone is just being a very, yeah, trying to be very wise about things, you know, like, you know, it's a conventional thinking, doing things as it's supposed to be, right? Like, when I see the Hierophant, I see society. I see, you know, if you see it, it's like the priest, right? It's like the Pope thing here. So it's like everything has to be, everything has to be done in the right way, in a conservative way, you know. Also means like formal education, something like that. But the challenge it came up with is, the challenge will be like, it's so hard and so difficult not to really care about things, right? Because you feel like things are not moving, and this is why you're not feeling happy, because things are not, it's like you're feeling uncertain, or the other person is, someone is feeling uncertain of things, because, you know, maybe someone is just at this point, the beginning of December, first of all, things are going to be, not saying changing, but someone is really going to have a hard time to just not try to prove their points, and not trying to say, no, this is the right reason, this is why we should do this, and this is what, you know, like someone will be saying and thinking in a very conventional way, and trying to say, but these are the way it is, like this is how things should be, and so, you know what I mean? Like being very conventional. I'm not saying very restricted, but kind of, because the Pope is always like very restricted, right? It has limitations, and, you know, in the society, that's how I see it. So when I see this as a challenge, is not being able to feel like I don't care anymore. Like, it's a challenge, right? Like, someone is just trying to put all these rules, conventional thinking, like maybe how can we fix this, or this is what it's mainly happening, and this is why these restrictions are going on in the relationship. So there's lack of certainty where to go, okay? Like, you exactly don't know what's going on. But in the near future, I see the King of Cups in reverse. So this saying that's coming around the corner, what's coming around for you, is like someone is just don't really want to be in a relationship anymore. I'm not saying like if there's any divorce or whatever, but, you know, it's very hard, because if you're passing through a hard time in your marriage, because the Hierophant usually represents marriage too. If you marry and you feeling all this, being stuck in a relation, not being able to move on, not knowing what's going on, you know what, and maybe too many restrictions and limitations, and being too kind of like a little bit rigid in the way you want to solve things, you know. But it feels like someone doesn't really want to fix things in certain ways. Someone doesn't really want to be in a relationship. So even if you are alone, and if you like someone, this is basically what will be happening, right? Around the corner. It's like, it doesn't matter if you like this person, and maybe this person don't want to be in a relationship. It might not have to be directly with you, but I will kind of clarify this. And then the best possible scenario case, we have here the Knight of Swords. But the Knight of Swords, it's in reverse. And the Knight of Swords usually is someone who, when you see it this way, is someone that actually always like goes really quick, kind of swipe your feet, and it's just like, but here we're talking about the energy, or the best scenario that will happen is just someone who is kind of like misguided in their beliefs. I put it that way. Someone that doesn't like to take responsibilities, right? So someone doesn't want to be in a relationship because it's just like, you know, I'm coming and I'm here in this relationship, or I will be in a relationship with someone that doesn't like to take responsibilities. And you know what? It's just like someone is just not acting in a control way. You see, like I see this Hierophant here, right? And this is why it's like, well, you know, someone is not being able to just not caring. Someone is caring a lot. So that's why all this is happening, right? This happiness, unhappiness. And then someone is just like, I don't want to be in a relationship. So someone is going to act, you know, is going to kind of like act out of control and misguided in their beliefs, you know. So this is what's going to come. How do you see yourself, Saggy? You know, you see yourself as a little Page of Wands. And by the way, you might be dealing with someone who is a Cancer, Aries, Taurus, Leo, Pisces, even a Gemini. You'll be dealing with a Gemini, and the Gemini, it might be the one who is just kind of like a little bit out of control here. But I think you see yourself as someone who just is very, very, you know, nice, creative, and I think you see yourself at this point like someone who can make positive changes, right? And especially that you want to have possibilities in a relationship. So that's how I see you. Or I mean, that's how you see yourself, basically. That's how you see yourself. You see yourself being, you know, very positive. And you're very good to deliver some nice surprises too. So you're very creative. And this is you. This is, you know, it's fire sign. So Saggies, as what is coming outside influence, your outside influence is the Ten of Wands, and this represents your card, Saggies, and it's saying like I think you're dealing with a lot of stuff that it's carrying all this energy in your shoulders, and you're feeling like enough, it's enough. I think you're very overwhelmed and overstressed about the entire situation at this point. And I see you as a hope and fears that things will not be delayed, right? That things will move on and will not stuck here in this Chariot card, like not knowing what to do. Like you really want to get this information. Well, it seems like it will be coming anyway. You don't want to be stuck. And I see that's what you want. But at the same time, I think you fear that something might be let go, or, you know, that things will not come out the right way, right? And as an outcome, I see the Judgment card, and that represents also Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, which is very fiery. You might be dealing with someone of your own sign, a fire sign, Aries or Leo, or someone who's mainly very much a lot of it, or Cancer or Pisces, and a Gemini. But I see you taking actions, trying to give opportunities. And I think at the end, even though someone doesn't want to have a relationship here, I think that they will come at the point when no matter what you do, the universe try to push you to try to get a new opportunity here, because that's where the Judgment comes here. You see the angel with the trumpet. It seems like the universe is going to kind of push you guys to try to see any possibility of new opportunity coming at the end. So what I see as so you see the general energy comes up with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, it says, you know what, someone is trying to make making decisions about directions, and there you go. This is an Aries of fire. There's a lot of fire, and I see you see how things are going. So I'm going to be a little bit extended for Sagittarius right now in their love. Happy birthday. And what I see, this is the general energy trying to make decisions about two directions. And I see that prior to that, and that's what is going to come at the end. Like the universe is going to force you probably, guys, to get new opportunities, to try to give second chances to this relationship. And I see someone has been arguing and dealing with this, feeling, you know, like very guarded. Someone who wants to be, you know, in the relationship. Someone was being very guarded, and someone feel like, okay, I won the battle. I proved my point. but it's not feeling, you know, like I really proved it, that, you know, like, does it really was worth it? Then I see someone was holding on to things, not letting go, someone in the relationship, or feelings. Someone was very close down, and it might be someone from the past. So if you were dealing with someone from the past, this person or situation, because it could be a person or situation, was keeping you like this. Just like the Chariot in reverse, right? Like, I'm lacking of certainty. I can't focus. I don't know what's going on. I'm just not being able to move forward. And then I will have to choose the direction. So this will be at the end of December that it comes together with the outcome. And it pretty much makes very much sense for me, because you're trying to choose in two directions, and the judgment comes and the universe comes and pushes you, guys, to try to give chances, second chances, give new opportunities to the other person. So that is like the call of action, basically, card. So good. So you guys are, you know, pretty much, you know, like that. So there's 16 minutes going. So I'm just gonna clarify a little bit more. And let me just put these cards here, which I already give you this. And of course, I have to say, there was no communication, lack of love, and someone was not putting all the effort here. Okay, so I see that. Someone was not building. Maybe someone just pretty much focusing their money. Things are being out of control, you know, or their career, something like that. So this is like a whole bunch of cards, but this is the story, right? So remember, this is something that, you know what, and I see, you know, the lack of love, lack of communication, things being hidden, not knowing the truth. And this is why, like, you know, not knowing what to do. The communication is not clear, hasn't been clear in the past, and that's why we get at this point where things are not moving, and you're dealing with someone from the past, maybe from the childhood, but it's obviously someone from the past that is keeping you trapped or feeling trapped, but it's just mental. It's not really happening. So yes, at the end, the universe will push you to kind of like force you to make these decisions at the end. All right. Okay, so let me give you your spiritual guidance to deal with the situation, and what is the best thing you can do at this point, my Saggy, to deal with your love life at this point. It says empathy. So this is a great card, my Sagittarius, because what it's saying is, like, you need to feel and understand the emotions of the other person, of the other people around you in the service of love. So you know what, just try to, you know, try to very empathize with the other person. You never know what's going on. And let me just get a little bit more info of this. I really want to just get a little bit more. Yes, try to empathize a little bit more. I see there is like yeah, I see someone trying to I got the Lovers in reverse for this, to empathize. And I think you need to really feel and understand the emotions of the other person, because there's a kind of like a lack of faith, a lack of commitment when it comes to this relationship. Yeah, and I see a little bit of resentment here too. So I think they're trying to tell you, just feel and understand there is something that's going on here with the other person, or it's you or the other person is feeling this way about you, feeling resented about what the problem is in reality, because someone is just not being able to decide that, you know, at this point, like, but you need to decide anyway, because the judgment will come. So new opportunities will come, a second chance will come up here around. So let's see, just try to really try to understand the emotions of the other person. Okay, that's what they're telling you. you're gonna have to try to feel and understand the person's emotions, who you're dealing with. All right, because there's a lack of faith here, and maybe you know what that means. Maybe it's you the one who doesn't want to really fix things, or maybe it's you the one who's being a little bit too rigid, like the Hierophant, you know. So I'm gonna throw some cards about your job, how things are gonna be in your job, how things are moving in December for you. Oh, there's very good things. You're gonna have a little discussion at work, probably new things, and actually you're getting the Judgment card for the second time. Again, the Judgment at work. So I think you're gonna have like a different opinions at work. So just be careful, tread lightly how you're gonna solve this issue, especially because you need to review things. I will say edit things. Like if you need to review what the job projects have been you've been working on, just, you know, there's gonna be a lot of people that are giving you this bad energy, and they're gonna give you different opinions. But I see you having this nice future and optimism with the Star card, which is great. It's just like people are going to be in your way. So just make sure that you kind of like going to be reviewing the past and the present, it says, so you can plan a bright new future. So I think it's like editing whatever your project or whatever you do at work, just make sure you checking, okay? Do not hold resentments and judgments from anyone, okay? Just do what you have to do about just checking at work. I mean, just make sure you check that. And let go of whatever problem you're having, because something is ending. That will be ending. If you've been having problems at work with oppositions of people that have been giving you a hard time, you know what, will be ending. And there's a new way or new opportunities of see things at work. So that's a good thing. So the new year will bring something better. So look up to the future with the Star card. So anyway, my Sagittarius 2220, this was a very longer. So anyway, guys, hope I help you in any way. And don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And if you can make a donation of any amount below, there is a link to make a donation below the description of this video, where you can order your personalized reading if you want to, and you can also donate any amount, and it really helped me to continue offering free spiritual guidance, and so I can reach as many people as possible with, you know, with this spiritual guidance. So I want to wish you guys much love, much light, and I'll see you in the bi-weekly, or I'll see you just in January. Bye. Have a wonderful holidays. Ciao.